John Krasinski became a household name on The Office, and he scared the daylights out of us this year with that great movie, A Quiet Place. Well, now he's heading back to a cubicle as an iconic CIA analyst, Jack Ryan, in the new Amazon series. But from the looks of things, he won't be behind a desk for long.
Now, SAD and the Yemenis are going to run the interrogation. You're the one that knows all this financial, so I need you there to make sure they know what questions to ask.
Oh! What? No. I can't go to Yemen.
Why not?
I'm an analyst. I don't interrogate people, I write reports.
So that's going to make it doozy. Get on the plane.
And on that plane you go.
Yeah.
Before we get to this, can we just talk 1 second about that hypnosis
First
thing?
of all, can we talk about how unfair it is to hypnotize people before you do an interview?
Why is
I don't know if any of this is real. I'm going to watch this back in 10 minutes, and they're like, remember when you barked? I'm like, no, I don't. What happened? I thought I was talking about Jack Ryan.
Let's talk about Jack Ryan. This role seems like it was tailor-made for you.
Thank you. I think it was. I talked to Clancy when I was 4, and I thought, just write something for me in 34 years.
But in part of it, you're sitting at a desk, and in part of it, you're out there doing the action hero stuff. You're like, just tell us why you decided to do this TV deal.
Listen, it's been one of those things where, to me, I don't see it as TV. I see, content sort of going the same way, which is just good storytelling wins out. And so whether it's a movie or a good show on streaming or television, I just wanted to be a part of something that I really love, and I've always loved this character.
Well, what's cool about this is you really did your homework. You went to the CIA. You saw the people who you were going to be dealing with. There's you right there in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So what did you learn from there when you were there?
It was amazing. It was probably one of the reasons I was so excited to do the part. I'm such a nerd for spy stuff, so I was so excited to go there. I have to admit, I thought it was going to be the most boring conversation of all time, because I thought every question I had, they'd say, we're not allowed to talk about that. And instead, they were the most giving, generous, unbelievable people, not only about their work in and out of the field, but also at home and how they are with their families and what it's like to be in the CIA and have kids and things like that, which was really moving.
Speaking of family and kids, you shot this thing. Didn't you shoot all over the world?
Yes, we did.
But you know what you did every weekend? Do you know what John Krasinski did every single weekend? You went back to London.
Yes, I got professional jet lag. That's what I did. Yeah.
To see your beautiful bride and your kids.
That's right.
Just a lot of people might say, you know what, it's a long trip, it's a lot of hassle.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Non-negotiable. I mean, those kids are everything to me. My wife's everything to me. And it's one of those things where a lot of people have lives where they're away from their kids. And so you just have to make the effort. And I was so glad to. It was tiring, but you have to do it. You just have to do it. Speaking
of your wife, she's starring in that movie, this movie that's getting so many accolades, A Quiet Place.
Yes.
There was a moment where there was a screening of this movie, and we sort of judge a movie by the kind of reaction it gets right away at one of these screenings. Just describe that moment when A Quiet Place played in that moment.
You know, it was funny that we premiered down in South by Southwest, and I remember my wife said, "What's one thing that you want to focus on in this experience? Because if you think about what people are thinking about the whole movie, you're going to go crazy." And I said, I've heard people sometimes clap at the end of movies at a film festival. That would be cool. And when the movie ended, everyone jumped out of their seats and started screaming, so much so that I just saw my wife yelling, "Oh my God," but I couldn't hear her. So she was like... And I think that will be one of the best memories I have of this whole thing.
And it's getting Oscar buzz.
Yeah.
Do you let your mind go there?
No. In fact, when you said it, I was just hypnotized. So that was my trigger.
I got to ask you about The Office, because I think in one interview you said something about a Christmas reunion for The Office. So should we mark our calendars?
For sure. It'll never happen, but no. I think that would be the best way to do it. I mean, the UK version had Christmas special, and that to me was the coolest thing, to sort of pick up and see where they've been, but not necessarily dive into a whole show. I'd do whatever. I mean, that's my family. These people are, were basically the beginning of not only this career, but this whole new life. And so I love everybody there.
Oh, you're having a great life, John.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you for coming to see us.
You
can stream the entire first season of Jack Ryan right now on Amazon.